Like, what do you mean, Jeffree? We don't really ever see you use Too Faced on this channel. Well, that's because I don't ever review or use Too Faced on my channel anymore. I used to actually live for their brand.
Yes, in collaboration with Too Faced,
which has been one of my favorite brands for the last 10 years, just so you know. But last year, I defended Tarte with a little makeup scandal video. Oh, this looks kind of nasty. Can we zoom in on that? Jesus Christ. I'm like, is mine cursed? Looks a little yellowy. This is definitely expiring. I'm afraid to put this on my face, but here goes nothing. So if you guys did not know, someone named Jared used to be the owner of Too Faced. He sold his brand to Estee Lauder. Now, last year, he and his sister said some horrible things about me because he was degrading the brand Tarte. And I'm like, honey, you did not invent unicorns. I know you think you do, and you're very entitled, and you think that you run the world. You don't. Come back to earth. So it started a huge social media fiasco, if you will. I'm gonna show some screenshots all over the screen in a minute. And Jared, the old owner, but still creative director of the brand, really went in on me, and him and his sister, who I don't know if she has anything to do with the brand or if she just uses him for money, but she said that my brand was clown makeup. Okay, and they said a lot of other horrible things about me. Now, Estee Lauder had to ask them to shut the up, which I don't know if that was ever told on record, and they finally left me alone. I'm sure after this video they're gonna probably continue to degrade me, but I actually really used to love Too Faced, and I was a huge fan in high school. I was wearing their stuff in 12th grade, and it's just crazy when you can become a competitor and someone big on social media, where in turn, years later, when one of your favorite brands doesn't like you or they say horrible things about you. So welcome to social media. First of all, this primer's on. It feels alright. I actually used to love this formula, so I'm not shading the formula at all. But it just sucks that people that are literally almost twice my age are degrading me. There's the tea on that. Alright, the next item we're gonna use, exact concept and photo shoot from a indie brand. How do you sleep at night? That's the real tea. How do you sleep at night? So I'm gonna use this right now on camera, and I really don't want to, but we're gonna do it anyway. This is what we're all about, is full face of makeup we're throwing out. Now, what is the tea on this? You may say, Jeffree, I don't even know what you're talking about. Well, let's throw up a few images. There is a indie brand that we have used on this channel. I've actually reviewed it. That is called Beauty Bakery. It is a Black-owned brand from a beautiful woman that actually survived cancer. She started her makeup brand, and she is really flourishing. But she's still a very small company, and they are very indie compared to the giant of Huda Beauty. This ad campaign and the entire collection was revealed online, and every single comment on Trendmood and on everyone's pages was like, you literally stole her concept. Huda has really never acknowledged it. She's just keep it moving, making her money. I don't like that. Now, Beauty Bakery, if you have not heard of them, have been out since 2011. Their packaging looks like this. Everything is about baking and cake, and it's their full aesthetic. I mean, hi, are you guys kidding me right here? So everything is all about cake, baking, mixing. This actually came in a literal flour, like you're in the kitchen making like cookies with flour. So the entire packaging idea was stolen, and I don't understand why. Huda Beauty is all about like being in the desert and sand and all this crazy stuff and her culture. Why are you stealing someone else's whole entire concept? And the fact that she's never really acknowledged it really bothers me. I think she's just gonna think that, oh, well, whatever, people won't care in a month and we'll make all of our money. So that kind of sucks. Oh, wow. I mean, the formula is actually not that bad, bitch. That's actually pretty sad because I would love to support this product. Girl, let's just hold it up. Bam! This is the Kat Von D. What was this called? This shit is so old. This is the Shady Bronzer. Fitting. And it says, don't be afraid to contour the fuck out of your face. All right, now this is probably like 8 years old, I wanna say. This was like in the deep hidden drawers of my makeup room that I have not touched in a long time. Now, if you are someone that is newly subscribed to me or you don't know the real tea, girl, just Google my name and this person's name. Now, before any of you try to chime in, or if anyone is here that is a Kat Von D fan, let me just remind you of one thing. I was her friend for 10 years. You've never met her. So do I know the real tea? Of course I do. If you do not know the scenario, basically 2 summers ago, my brand was skyrocketing, Kat Von D was stagnant, and she decided to cross out my face, and let the internet know a bunch of crazy lies. Of course, I responded and debunked everything that she said because she was completely full of shit, and there's always just been weird tension ever since. Now we're talking 10 years of friendship, and in that 10 years, a lot happened. And a lot of you have been waiting for me to say anything, but I just kind of move along. When I process someone kind of like a death, I don't really ever talk about them again. But a funny fact, when all that happened, I remember her saying one thing. She basically said that her lipstick, which by the way was a top seller in Sephora, called Jeffree, of course, with my spelling, she named a lipstick after me years ago, and it has literally been on sale every single day up until about 2 weeks ago. So even after our fight, imagine Sephora, who is of course affiliated with Kendo, which is a company that owns her brand, they denied her request and they sold her Jeffree lipstick up until about a month ago on Sephora.com. So the fact that you have a face of a brand and your name is on the packaging and you couldn't even tell them and get my shade taken down, can't relate. I own my own company. The reason why I'm mentioning this, and by the way, this is a great formula at the time. I always supported her dreams, and when she created her makeup line a long time ago, I always supported it and gave it attention. Now you can see this is a long time ago that this came out, and of course we hit pan on this because I lived for this formula. This is before the Shade and Light craze that hit. So I haven't, oh my god, I haven't used this in so long. This is so weird to me. This is like a very bizarre moment. So a lot of you are going, okay, is there any more tea? Of course there is. So I was scrolling, and on my sidebar the other day, there was a drama channel that covered something, and it was like, Kat Von D came for Jeffree Star. And I'm like, you recently got married, I guess. You're pregnant. All these things are happening, and you're still concerned with me? You're still concerned with me? You're still concerned with me? I don't understand. So let's throw up the screenshot. I guess she just uploaded a video on her wedding. Let me go click this right now. The drama channel basically showed me a screenshot where someone on her wedding video, which this is like your special day, honey, asked, I bet you Jeffree Star is at home watching this. I'm actually not, baby. I'm busy running a multi-million-dollar company, or maybe 5 companies, and I'm a little busy over here filming and just, you know, living my life. But someone wrote, I get Jeffree Star is probably at home watching this, or something like that. I'll throw up a screenshot right now. And Miss Thing had to write, Jeffree who? With a wink. And I'm like, that's all you can say, Jeffree who? How about Jeffree that had the lipstick in Sephora with my motherfucking name on it with your company for the last 10 years? How about Jeffree that's in all your books, all your memories? Like, girl, because she was always the friend that had the nicer stuff, and the roles reversed. My forehead looks like dirt, actual dirt. So anyway, I don't know why she's still talking about me, so I thought, you know what, let me just respond so I could stop getting a million tweets about it, because it does get really old. It's like a constant reminder. It's like an open wound. It's like, oh, you're done. Oh, someone has to mention this person again. So I'm like, Jeffree who?
Alright, so while editing this video, I discovered some information that was very interesting to me. Now, if we all remember in Kat Von D's video about me, she said that she would sadly be removing the Jeffree liquid lip from Sephora and her website. Well, we just logged on to katvondbeauty.com, which is her personal website where she ships products from, aside from Sephora, and you can click right now and still buy the Jeffree lipstick. So it's crazy that you can click it right now and buy it. There were so many lies in her video. It's crazy how another one is debunked, and it's just so crazy that right now, 2018, you're saying Jeffree who, but the Jeffree liquid lip is on your website. So what's good, sis?
That's all you gotta say? That is the most, like, uncreative response or clapback or anything that I've ever heard in my life. So this is the last remaining product I have of hers, and now it's over. Next. Also, by the way, you guys, don't ever go and send anyone any hate. This is just my personal feelings. Of course, when you're friends with someone for that long and they want to chime in about you, all of a sudden it's like... So moving on. Oh, there's like foundation powder in my water cup. Love that. All right, now for highlight, we're gonna bring back this old ditty. Now I reviewed this a while ago on my channel. This is a $95 highlighter from the brand cked. They are very luxury, bougie. Obviously the packaging looks beautiful, but then let's get to the inside. Well, now this does look stunning, but as we found out in my review, this little glitter moment here is an overspray. So once you wipe that off, it's literally chalk underneath. And I'm like, for $95, this is what we get? Like, let's put it on my hand. Hi, it evaporated. Wig. I promise I went really hard in that pan. I'm not making this up. Hello? I don't see anything. Nope, nothing's happening. But look at that fallout though now, girl. Fuck, looks like a meth lab. Yeah, for $95, I expected it to be beautiful and blinding, and all I got was some chalk, and not even the kind of chalk that I can like draw on my driveway, just straight up chalk. So we're gonna go in with this Kylie Cosmetics shade X-rated. Now, let me just tell you guys why for a second I am putting this in the trash. This one just really didn't have a lot of pigment. Like, do you guys remember when these first launched and the highlighters? The highlighters were all right. They were a little, guys, why for a second? Chalk that I can like draw on my driveway, just straight up chalk. All right, bam. For blush, we're gonna go in with this Kylie Cosmetics shade X-rated. Now, let me just tell you guys why for a second I am putting this in the trash. This one just really didn't have a lot of pigment. Like, do you guys remember when these first launched and the highlighters? The highlighters were all right. They were a little lackluster, but this, I was kind of like, first of all, the fallout is really crazy. I was like barely touching that and it's like, ooh, Lord. Now, when you put this on your cheeks, I expect like way more color. It's so sheer. I'm like, hello? What's going on? Like, excuse me? We're gonna need a little bit more pigment, okay? So to me, this blush was just not it for me. I also have another Kylie product I wanna put in here and I'll go into a little further detail in a minute, but this just didn't have any pigment and I'm bored. All right. I know a lot of you are like, oh, what lip product is you gotta use? I actually got two in mind here. Bam! Their first one is, I think this is one of the first shades she ever made. This is the Candy K Kylie Lip Kit. So Candy K was a very early on color. When I tried it, I wasn't obsessed. Her formula is just a little drying. I've liked some of the shades that she's put out before, but overall, I'm not like in love with it. I just think that there's so many products being put out, it's not exciting anymore. It's kind of lackluster and I'm just kind of like over the brand at the moment. Maybe it's gonna re-excite me in the future, maybe not, but right now, kind of like over it and just kind of like meh. Let's put on this lip and oof, I do not miss that scent. Oh, between the Huda Beauty and this, I'm gonna have a migraine. Okay, sorry people, it took me a little bit longer than normal. The formula was a little dry in the bottle. Obviously I said it was expired, it's not the brand's fault. But just overall, anyways, to the bottom lip, I've always just like had a little problem with them. Like it looks smooth and it looks pretty, and then a few minutes later, it's just like really drying. I know this was an earlier shade and they have fixed it a little bit, but like, girl. So besides this, moving on, we are gonna use something that I was so offended by, I'm still offended. All right, now we're gonna talk about the Christian Louboutin $85 lip gloss. Now, speaking of horrible smells, this one smells so atrocious. It's like that rose smell where it's just so strong and it lingers and it doesn't go away. I'm like actually dreading putting this on my lips because I hate how it's right there under your nose. It smells atrocious. But an $85 gloss, now we all know the packaging looks sickening. It's like medieval. You can shove this up your ass. I'm not sure what you I got a lot of like, those look like butt plugs when I first reviewed this. So let's put it on. We'll just pop it in the center so it gives it a little bit of dimension. I'm like, the look is actually not that bad, the finished look, honey. All right, we're down to the finish line. We have one more product. I'm talking about overpriced horse shit.